Good evening and welcome to Shanghai, China. You join us tonight for the Invictus F1 Performance League race. Of course, we are doing the Chinese Grand Prix, a track designed by Herman Tilke, which has very long straights, long sweeping turns, and a few tight hairpins as well. But before we continue and get on to track, a quick introduction to my partner in crime, as always, is Malk. Good evening, Malk.
Good evening, Craig. I am very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Well, I never actually asked that, but I'm doing very well, so thanks very much.
Oh, sorry. I've got used to you saying that every week.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and we changed it up. We changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Testing.
Chinese Grand Prix. When I say those words to you, Mark, what do you envisage? What comes to your memory or your experience of the Shanghai International Circuit?
What, in a few words or as an essay type? Craig.
As few as possible as we wait for the cars to make their way onto the
Okay.
track for their
I'll,
outlap.
okay, I'll say as quickly as possible. Two long straights, a few tricky corners in sector two, and just try and get a clean weather because it always rains in China.
Yeah, we certainly saw that last night in the No Assist League, that we had the dry qualifying session and then the intermediate tyres for a mildly wet race, and it was certainly very challenging for those that did not have a wet weather setup, and that would include myself. And it looks as if reports from the pit lane and the radar that we're going to be having a dry race, as TUS Sheo is warming up his tyres just coming up to the end of Sector 1.
Yeah, I mean last week, if I remember it right, Sheo did really well last week to get pole.
Yeah, and he was just unlucky missing out on second place, I believe that was, to McLugby, after the time penalties are actually applied at the race results.
Yeah, he on his debut as well, he did absolutely well. Hopefully he'll get a good burst, get that perfect qualified, if you know what I mean. But it's going to be tough with the McLaren though around Shanghai, China.
Yeah, certainly he's going to be really compromised in straight line speed, but in sector 2, those long sweeping corners, certainly that McLaren will be very, very strong with that excellent chassis that is on the McLaren Honda this season.
Definitely. Before we carry on, Craig, I want to say good evening to Rickwar88. Hello. He says, hello, guys. Hello, Rick. I hope you're okay and well, and I hope you chillax and enjoy the stream tonight. I'll let you carry on, Craig. So what's Shea doing his first qualifying lap now?
Yeah, just catching the tyre telemetry as well. Different change in strategy from Sir Spud tonight. Usually goes out on the harder compound, but straight onto the super soft tyres.
I think majority of the guys here are going for the super softs, but I know we haven't mentioned about it, but what's the tyre strategy? What would be your best strategy if you had to do it again?
Well, I don't think there's too much difference between the one-stop or the two-stop strategy, but certainly in race trim, in a practice early on in the week, myself and my teammate from F2, Tony Y, went for different strategies. Tony Y went for the two-stop strategy, whereas I'd went for the one-stop, and he really gets stuck in traffic after the first pit stop, and he was really losing time from then on, whereas I was in clean air and could really manage those mediums. But round about lap 26, 27, those mediums were really screaming, and it was all down to tyre management in the end. But yeah, I managed to hold off Tony Y, and it's going to be interesting for tonight's race strategies and also tomorrow's in the Equal Performance Leagues if we get a dry race.
So you reckon super soft, or would you have gone for the soft and then super soft?
No, it definitely has to be the super soft, then onto the mediums, as we get our opening lap of a 1:36.0 from leaving tail. It's smashed by TUF Shale with a 1:35.4 with Big Lugby closing that down. So there's four woes in a row, and Mark is getting thoroughly excited. And Nitro Gash, the first driver to smash the 34s with a 1:34.7 in the Ferrari on provisional pole at the moment. But it could be a great...
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, we have five.
So Malk absolutely on the edge, and we're not even breaking the 5-minute barrier for qualifying. So I'm just going to say there, Malk, after last week's battle between McLugby and Sheo, both drivers are in the McLaren tonight, so we could see a great straight up fight between two very quick drivers.
Yeah, I was very impressed with those two guys as well, because, and I keep saying it on the podcast, and I keep saying it every week, but Meg Lugby is improving every time, and he's probably sick and tired of me saying it, but he is improving a lot, and he's the one to watch as well. And Sheu, out of nowhere, I mean, it's only not a whoa of a qualifying lap, but Nigel Gas just lost it on I think that was the long, before the first DRS straight, the long straights. That was just completely gone. As I was trying to say about what you were saying earlier, Craig. It's just, what was it now? Oh yeah, Meg Lugby. Meg Lugby is doing really well, and he's improving left, right, and centre. But Shea, I know that was his first race last week, but I need to see it in a more consistent races before I say yes, he's consistent, competing and stuff. I mean, what are your thoughts, Craig, on Meg Lugby and Shea?
Yeah, certainly Meg Lugby's star is in the ascendance, and coming from last season's F2 league, which is now the F3 league, and then into this season's F2 league with some very, very quick drivers, he's certainly developed very quickly this season, and I don't think it's going to be too long before we actually see Meg Lugby up in the top tier league. Maybe not next season, but certainly at the end of the 2018 edition, that we actually might see Meg Lugby in the top tier.
I hope he does. Same for all the guys here. They're all improving.
Just in reference to Sheo, I did a practice with him. Oh, and Sheo runs wide on the exit of turn 13. Whoa! Yeah, just really struggling with the rear end there of the McLaren, and they just could not hold it going through turn 13. But as I was saying, I had recently done a practice with him in Singapore, and he is exceptionally quick and equal performance trim, hence the reason he's in the McLaren this evening. He's currently sitting 8th on the grid at the moment, 1/10 behind McLugby, also in the McLaren. And what is absolutely key here is that both drivers are starting on the clean side of the track, so they'll actually be right in front and behind of each other. Yeah,
I think that'll be interesting to see how Shea can capitalise on the McLaren car, because it's going to be very close battles. But looking at the grid, I know there's quite a few drivers missing out of Tedroir, the Bookster. Who else?
Yeah, Mr. Stubbs also missing this evening as well, as Jake Warrior. But this is a perfect opportunity for drivers who may not usually score at the top end of the race results. So this is a great opportunity for them to really maximise the opportunity this evening. Nick Thompson, who is within the touching distance of the Boogster, I think there's only a 2-point gap between himself and the Boogster. Yeah, there is. There's only a 2-point gap. So Nick Thompson could actually take the lead of the championship after tonight's race. He's in the Toro Rosso, currently in 4th at the moment, so it's certainly not going to be any easy task with a very quick Giuseppe, McLugby, MJ Coupe and Sheo slightly behind. And another driver who we've not really spoke about this race yet in the Williams is Tom 444, another exceptionally quick driver, and although he might struggle with a little bit of understeer with the Williams, he'll certainly be very quick in a straight line and be difficult to pass under DRS conditions.
Yeah, I think with the Mercedes powered at the minute, this is the only opportunity for Williams car to be like with this competitive and stuff before next season. Before next season's game. Obviously, with all the standings and stuff, but as you said, we haven't spoken about the new guy of Tom 444. I mean, as you said, he is a quick driver, and hopefully he will capitalise on trying to get some decent points. But the one I want to watch out for, and I always respect, is obviously it's a spud, but Nitro. Nitro's had a bad start to the season. And if you can get first, get a good qualifying pole, this will be an opportunity for him to get some decent points tonight. Because he has been very unlucky.
And if he actually scores points tonight, it'll be the first points of the season. It was unfortunate last week to get a DNF, so Nitrogash only 2/10 behind SGD in the Red Bull. It's Nitrogash, he's pushing that Ferrari and runs wide, bringing out yellow flags in sector 1. I think that was the exit of turn 3, just getting on that power a bit sharply and just running off track, picking up grass and gravel on the tyres of the Ferrari. He's got 1:24 remaining in the session. It's enough time to get round the track. The big question is, has he got enough fuel on board to go for another hot lap?
Yeah, while you're watching that, Craig, Tom 444 has improved his time, but he's still in 8th place.
So you'll have to actually try and get a little bit quicker. If you can even just improve in 2/10, that puts him up to about 4th or 5th. So that just goes to show you how close the margins are in the Performance League in the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just, you've got to get a good position, basically, to get a really good oomph of it, because don't get me wrong, I like the track, but I've never been a big fan of it, as in racing. I don't know why. You get some of them differences, don't you? But I just have some bad luck around China, because you just don't get that good exit on some of the corners, and you try and boost out as quickly as possible without cutting the corners, left, right, centre.
Yeah, and because of the nature of the tarmac here in China, I feel that it really is low on grip, even in race. The track evolution. Even during the race, there is not really a great deal of grip coming out of turn 13. You just don't feel the car is going to stick, and it makes you really apprehensive about putting the power down. But if you can be a bit braver and certainly take a gamble, then the amount of time that you can make up is really exceptional.
Yeah, hopefully. It just depends on how you can master second sector. That's the part where I absolutely hate.
Well, so Spud just flies out the final corner, does not improve on P3 at the moment. SGD did not opt to come out on the track to defend provisional pole, and he runs himself at risk here as Nick Thompson just making his way down towards the turn 14 in the second DRS straight. Can he get the car broken, turning in that hairpin at turn 14? He does it very sweetly as he approaches turn 16, careful not to cut or run wide, invalidating a lap. He's currently in 4th place at the moment, and he improves, so he takes 4th from Sir Spud, and it is vital that Nick Thompson starts on the clean side of the track. Giuseppe crosses the line, moves up to 2nd. It looks as if Nitrogash didn't look as if Nitrogash was actually on a hot lap, but he is going to cross the top.
Yes! Beautiful Nitro! That is an epic lap! And I'm sorry, Craig.
That is absolutely crucial for Nitrogash's performance and confidence that he can actually take into after the break, but also tomorrow's F3 League race.
Oh, what a lap! Forget water moves. I forget that. What a lap from Nitro. I knew he could do it if he beats a QZ, Craig.
Yeah, and what's really surprising about that was it didn't look as if Nitrogash was really actually on a hot lap. So I'm absolutely dumbstruck there that Nitrogash has put it on pole by at least 0.2 of a second, so possible mistake from SJD not coming back out on track to defend pole position, and they certainly paid the price in P2, so you'll be hoping to get a good start off the line, hoping to put the Ferrari of Nitrogas under pressure going into turn 1, possibly looking for a little move up the inside at turn 2.
I do apologise, Craig, probably, with that passionate, like, get in, you beauty, get in, that's what's like a massive boost for him. He hasn't got any points after a bad start to the season, and that should give him confidence boost to get at least a good start.
Yeah,
don't you agree?
Absolutely. So it's all down to Nitrogas in the cockpit of the Ferrari. Can he convert that into race victory? So the classifications are in from qualifying, shall I say. Nitrogas does take pole with SJD following in second. Giuseppe takes third, but MJ Coupe in fourth, McLugpy fifth, followed by Nick Thompson, who drops down to sixth. Sir Spud takes seventh in the Force India. Tom 444 takes eighth. Ninth is Shale. Waving Tail is 10th. Notorious in 11th. And Fascone in the Renault did not set a lap time and will start from 12th on the grid.
Dum dum dum. See what happens next, Craig.
Yeah, so as reported earlier on, it is going to be a dry race, and as we await drivers to select their strategy, so drivers starting on the grid from 11th and 12th should have a free tyre strategy. And will we see them start on the mediums going on the soft or super soft late on the race, or will they stay more conservative starting on soft, or do they feel they've got the pace early in the race, opting for a bit more aggression and going on the super soft? Mark, if you were starting P11, P12, what tyre would you opt for at the race start?
I would have gone, if I wasn't quick enough, depending on the times how the guys are doing it, I would have gone for the soft tyre. But as you said, if I felt like I was quick enough and match it, I would have gone for the super softs. So I would have gone for the softs for the safest bet.
Yeah, I think they've also got an interesting choice of how aggressive do they take their race start going into turn 1 and 2. It really turns into a bottleneck. It really tightens, and certainly being in a pack or in the middle of the traffic, it's really hard to try and negotiate yourself round those first 3 turns on that run down towards turn 4 and 5 at the end of sector 1, and it's absolutely vital that you do not get any damage on that car or experience any punctures.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Fascone has confirmed that everyone is all set, and we all got that Thunderbirds going with that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going.
So we are go, and it looks like the Toro Rosso of Giuseppe got a great start off the line, and SJD looking to put pressure on Nitrogas up the inside, but Nitrogas got a great start, runs wide, and it's a half spin. Can he recover the car on track? And he's dropped down to 5th. SJD and Giuseppe move up to P1 and P2, the MJ Coupe moving up to 3rd with Nick Thompson also moving up to 4th.
Shayu's left the session. I think there was a collision with Notorious.
Yeah, not sure what really happened there, Mark. Didn't actually catch that. So Shale retires early from the race.
It looked like, I saw it briefly, Craig, but I might need to look at it after the race tonight. It looked like Notorious and Shayu on turn 4, I think it was. Turn 3, sorry. Shea was going on the inside, Notorious was just got his car linked up together. I think Shea lost the car completely by the looks of it. Oh! One of the cars has gone wide. Fascone's gone wide there. So Notorious has moved up to 10th now. So where's Nitro? Nitro's dropped down to 5th after that incident. What actually happened, Craig? Because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, just coming round that long sweeping turn 1, it looked as if Nitro had run off track really went wide with a half spin, tried to get him back onto track, and it looked as if he'd done it fairly safely. But he was really losing positions left, right and centre, as cars were certainly able to take more pace, remaining on track, and certainly had the better grip.
Yeah, okay. Because I was trying to watch what happened at the back, Craig, and I just didn't catch what happened at the front. Because while you're watching at the front, I would be watching at the back and stuff, so that's what's happened there. But Nigel's closing on MJ Coupe at the minute.
Yeah, I think he was getting a little bit impatient in the exit of turn 3. I think he made slight contact with the Haas, but Nitrogas leaves the door open to the inside, and Tom tried to go up the inside at turn 5. Sorry, apologies, that was turn 6, so at the end of sector 1, Tom went through the inside. Nitrogas leaving that door wide open at turn 6, but
and he's going back.
Yeah, I think Tom's recognised that he needed to give that position back, but as he's done so, he's made contact with McLugpin and the McLaren, causing him to be knocked off track.
Yeah, I think McLugpin's dropped down. Oh, Tom and waving down the Flying Scotsman. Closing in on Tom.
Yeah, I think Tom's really struggling with traction. He was struggling to get that car turned in at turn 11. So that allowed the Haas of Wave Intel to really close down Tom, putting him under a little bit of pressure on that run down towards turn 14.
Oh, what? No, I thought, what a move that would have been from Wave Intel. But Sir Spud is on the side. Oh my God, the last corner. Oh, side by side. Oh, what a move from Sir Spud. Oh, what a move.
Yeah, Sir Spud seen that there was a big gap on the inside, and he certainly went for it. Certainly with Mercedes power in that Force India, it gave him that almighty boost to overtake that Haas.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Craig, but there was a gap there from Sir Spud left it wide open for the Flying Scotsman and Wave Intel. It's just absolutely intense moments here, Craig.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom trying to put pressure on Nitrogas after that earlier handing back the position, and after that overtake from Sir Spud, Wave Intel starting to drop off from the Force India. Sir Spud is Nitrogas is retired. Nitrogas is retired. He's put it into the barrier, and that brings his Chinese Grand Prix to an early finish. Disaster, and that run of bad luck continues for Nitrogas.
What did you see what happened, Craig?
Not at all. I just saw that he retired from the race and that there was yellow flags in sector 2. I jumped straight to him and he was actually in the barrier. So disaster for Nitrogas. He had a strong chance tonight taking pole, made a mistake running wide at turn 1, and it looks as if something else has actually happened on track. Hopefully we get some information for that soon so that we can share that with you. So there's a bit of a wheel banging going in towards turn 14. It was contact between McLugpin and Notorious. McLugpin lifted off and allowed Notorious to continue. And P8 is Notorious runs fast going, ran really deep out of the exit of turn 16.
Yeah, but the gap's there. The gap is there. Oh, I thought there was an opportunity there but what Meg's going to do? He's going to try and hold on there. No, he's on the quicker tyre. Notorious is going for the soft tyre as I would have gone for. So he's trying to hold on there and try and catch up to the others at the front. Meg seen the gap and thought he might try and go for it then.
Yeah, he's really trying to hold on to the Renault of Notorious. He knows that it's being stuck behind a car on the soft tyres really compromising his potentially one-stop strategy. So he can't afford to be stuck much longer behind Notorious.
Yeah, I've just had confirmation, Craig. I'm sorry to say this. Shayu, which I thought they had a collision with Notorious, which I do apologise, is saying that his internet went.
It's just unfortunate because it looked as if he could have had a good result tonight, and it's just unfortunate he's experienced technical issues. But returning to the race, McLurpy gets a better exit out of turn 13. DRS open on that run down towards turn 14. Will we see another move up the inside of Notorious? And at turn 14 he's taking a more cautious approach. But that's twice in a row that Notorious is really running deep in turn 14 and deep into 15. And Meg Lugby's had enough of this. And he almost does the Hamilton, retiring, going into the pits in China.
I don't know what's going on, but while you watch that battle there, Craig, MJ Coupe just went past Nick LJ Thompson on the first DRS straight, so he's moved up to third in this race.
Yeah, and all the while this was going on, SJD beginning to open up the gap between himself and Giuseppe. The gap currently sitting at 2.7 seconds, now 2.8 seconds, as we're halfway round lap 5 of 28 of tonight's Invictus Performance League race.
Yeah, absolutely, Craig, absolutely. We've got two battles going on here, Craig. We've got one, which is MJ Coupe and Nick LJ Thompson. The second, which I'm just watching now, is the Spud closing in on Tom 444. There's no 999 for calling for help on this one for the Williams car to boost against the Force India car of Sir Knightley Hood of Sir Spud on that one, coming up to the first DRS straight. I hope you like that, Craig, because don't worry, you're the original flying Scotsman on that one. I promise you that. But here we go. Here's the Spud closing in on Tom. He should have the DRS. Yes, he has. Will he be closer? Because we have lost Shayu in the here, but he's closing.
Yeah, Sir Spud. I originally had a little look. I think he was having second thoughts here. Saw the lock up from Tom and the Williams ahead. Tried to go down the inside, taking the tighter line into turn 14, but just knew there was not enough space there to make the move stick.
Yeah, I forgot to say to you, Craig, regarding the one stop and the two stop, what would you have gone for as in the lap situation? Like if you went for a one stop, what lap would you have gone
I think we'll expect to see the drivers who have started on super soft to come in round about lap 9 or 10, then go on the mediums. It's clear that McLurpy is doing the two stop. He's actually come in and put on a fresh set of softs on the car, so he was probably getting fed up being stuck behind the Tories, knowing that he didn't really have the pace to take that position, and he's went for a different sort of strategy, getting into that clean air and hopefully starting to put in some qualifying lap times at this stage of the race, hoping that he comes into play later on.
Yeah, hopefully so. But I've just had a comment from Rickwa88. He said he does not, he don't understand why Notorious is in the Renault. He rarely scoring points. Can you comment on that, Craig, or is that not to say? Sorry.
Well, we can't actually, because the allocations are really done by Mike and Fast Going, and although we do support them, it's up to those guys who really make those decisions. So I'm sorry, but I can't really answer that one, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. No, I was just see what your view is as well, but obviously that's what Rick said on the on my stream and stuff. So I mean, I can't comment as well of why he's in the Renault, because I'm not the one. We're not the ones who picked the allocation. It's Mike and Pascal as well. So
well, let's return to the action, and MJ Coupe's beginning to close down Giuseppe as he exits turn 3. The gap down to 1.4 seconds, but certainly not opening up the gap to the Toro Rosso driver Nick Thompson behind after that earlier overtake. The gap holding at 7/10.
Oh, what a move from Spud! But no, Tom's holding on side by side on sector 2. Oh no!
Yeah, there's slight contact there, and from that wheel bang knocks that Williams slightly off track, tries to defend against the Haas, and the Haas driver of Wave Intel just went up the inside and overtook the Williams. So despite trying to defend that position, Wave Intel was certainly aware of what Tom was trying to do.
Yeah, I think because Tom had still had those grass on the tyres after that little bit of contact with the Spud as well. So, but Tom's closing in quickly on Waving Tail. But Waving Tail's got
Waving
DRS.
Tail will have DRS off Sir Spud as well, so that almost neutralises Tom's DRS, and it all comes down to straight line speed or downforce and aerodynamics on the car.
Yeah.
So Giuseppe comes into the pits from second place. That promotes Nick Thompson up to third, with MJ Coupe being promoted to P2, and Giuseppe looks to be coming out at least ninth as McLugby just exits 15, so Giuseppe should come back out on track in ninth place, and that's vital with McLugby already making a pit stop. So with this round of pit stops, Giuseppe remains ahead on track.
But he has gone for the super softs, Craig.
Yeah, so that's a standard two-stop strategy. We should see Giuseppe go on the softs later on in the race, probably about lap 18-19.
Yeah, I think the softs last about 10 to 12 laps, isn't it?
Yeah, around about that, but you really want to maximise the super softs that you've put on at this stage as well.
True. Yeah, true, to be fair. But yeah, it's just fantastic. I mean, we are seeing some quality racing tonight. We saw some ding-dong battles, and that's what we wanted in this race tonight. But bring your comments in, guys. Make sure you say a lot of things like what your thoughts on the race. Who do you think is going to win? Will we see a 3 in the bed situation? Will we see anything on there? But just send your comments in. We'll try and respond as quickly as possible. The top 3, Craig, they've all pitted.
Yeah, we've got SGD, MJ Coupe, Nick Thompson all pitting. That promotes our spot into the race lead on the super soft tyres, followed by Wave and Tail. SGD does opt for the medium tyres, so he's definitely going to the end of the race, as is MJ Coupe and Nick Thompson. And that's really interesting when you compare the strategy choice of Giuseppe, who's went for the super soft. So Giuseppe out on sixth at the moment, with MJ Coupe 4.5 seconds behind. So Giuseppe's really going to have to work hard to open up a pit stop and time distance between himself and MJ Coupe.
Yeah, definitely, Craig, definitely. But looking at it, do you think that would you have gone for the mediums at this stage, depending on the tyre wear?
Yeah, definitely. I think the one-stop strategy is slightly stronger than the two-stop, depending on traffic. And certainly if we've got the lack of slipstream in the lobby, then certainly it makes overtaking even more harder. So certainly track position is key. And as soon as MJ Coupe sees Giuseppe come in for his second pit stop, then MJ Coupe will certainly be rubbing his hands after that strategy choice. Yeah,
he'd be like, nice.
Notorious runs deep in turns 14 and 15. That allows for Scone to close down the gap to half a second, but picks a little bit of the dirty air coming round turn 16 and drops off slightly to Notorious as our Spud and Wave and Tail come into the pits for their pit stop.
Yeah, I think Giuseppe's got the fastest lap of 1:38.1, Craig, so flying at the minute.
Yeah, and he was actually on fresh super softs, starting from 12th on the grid. So certainly super softs should take him safely for another 3 or 4 laps, and I imagine that we will see him opting for the medium tyre. But SGD on the mediums and the Red Bull closing down the two Renaults, currently leading the race with Notorious and Fascone driving ahead. The gap's 2.6 seconds with Giuseppe. 1.1 seconds behind SGD on the super softs, but yet to make his second pit stop, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Wire and Tails closely on Tom for 9th place respectively. But I want to go back to the top 2.
Yeah, we might see a Renault inter-team battle as we just come round that long sweeping right-hander at turn 13. It looks as if Fascone caught up slightly in the dirty air but did not compromise him too badly being on those super softs. And he's beginning to close down Notorious on the softs. But Notorious doesn't really need to defend too hard here, Mark, because Notorious can go longer in the race. So as long as he doesn't lose too much time to Fascone, he'll certainly be in a strong position late on in the race, going for the one-stop strategy. Oh, and Renault are going to double stack. So I'm very surprised to see Notorious coming in on the soft tyre. But I'm even more surprised to see Fascone follow him in when he saw that Notorious was coming in. So possibly Fascone no choice to pit, but because of tyre degradation.
Yeah, I think that is really, really shocking, to be honest. That's my opinion with the tyre wear. So he must have got like a faster setup, but not best for the race.
Yeah, and possibly being stuck with the dirt air as well, Mark. It could really be scrubbing those tyres, really sliding across the track, especially in turn 13, and that could really be destroying the front left tyre.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Wave! Oh, that was close. But I tell you what, Craig, Wave, the Flying Scotsman, Intel, closing in on Tom for 7th place at the minute. But I want to try and get back to SJD and Giuseppe in a bit.
Yeah, Giuseppe looking to get the better exit out of turn 13, trying to get on the power as quick as he can to get a run at SGD down towards turn 14. And it is absolutely vital that Giuseppe does not lose too much time behind SGD. This is vital for Giuseppe's strategy to play out to get past SGD as quick as possible. As SGD locks up and towards turn 14, Giuseppe just allows the car to turn in at turn 14, trying to get the toe up towards turn 16, and he'll certainly get DRS on that run down towards turn 1 as well as the toe, but can he get close enough to try and make a move in towards turn 1 and 2? Has a look on the inside, and because of the dirty and the late braking, starting to slide in the Toro Rosso, but he regains control, and he needs to watch that he does not scrub these tyres too much, fighting SGD ahead.
No, it doesn't. But while you're watching that, Craig, I saw Wavertel. Oh, I thought Wavertel was going to close in on Tom then. But I tell you what, Craig, while you was watching Giuseppe SJD, Wavertel did get ahead of Tom, but Tom had a good exit on turn 13, I think it was, or 14. I think it was 14, I think, yes. So it's just absolutely tense. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm going to have a heart attack here, Craig. With this battle going on.
Well, Giuseppe's still stuck behind SGD as we come round towards turn 11. Up the hill round turn 12 onto turn 13. So Giuseppe 6/10 behind SGD in the Red Bull on the medium tyre. Giuseppe on the super sauce in the Toro Rosso. Can he get any closer in towards turn 14? DRS open, beginning to try and close down the Red Bull. The sister team, SGD, locks up slightly. Giuseppe tries to move up the inside and makes contact with the rear of the Red Bull.
Oh, here we go. We got Wavertel closing in on Tom for 7th place on the first DRS straight now, Craig. Tom's going to try and go defensive.
Yeah, he's got a great run on the Williams. You're right there, Mark. Can he go round outside at turn 14?
No.
Goes deep and compromises his turn exit, and that just allows Tom to say thank you very much and retakes 7th place.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wavertel 3 times now has gone past Tom on the DRS straight, but Tom has just said, right, I'll get past. Oh my god. Oh, Wave, don't do this to me.
Wave Intel trying a little cheeky move up the inside at turn 1, certainly carrying too much pace. If he'd actually slowed the car down a little bit more, he could have made it on the inside at turn 2. However, he would be on the outside at turn 3. So a great little strategic battle between Williams and Haas at the moment as they come round turn 6.
Yeah, we've got another battle going on here, Craig. We've got McLuffy and Spud in a bit. And I think it'll be the same similarity battle here.
Yeah, and just looking at the timing screens, Mark, it looks as if Giuseppe's starting to drop off from SJD. So as Giuseppe picked up a little bit of wing damage, it doesn't look as if he's got any visual wing damage, but certainly that might not actually show the true representation of what happened to Toro Rosso after contact with the Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh my God, here we go. Part 4 of this Tom versus Waving-Tell of the DRS straight. Will Waving-Tell finally get past Tom?
Yeah, it really needs to start getting that Haas slowed down to the right. Well, he's went up the inside. Tom again coming up around the inside at turn 15. Both cars wheel to wheel as they approach turn 16. Who's going to back out last? So Tom lifts off, allowing the Haas to retake the place. But Tom gets DRS on the exit of turn 16. Looking to come round the outside. Waving-Tell tries to do the little squeeze up the inside of turn 1. Tom in the Williams tries to go round the outside at turn 1, carries too much pace, runs off track. That allows Waving-Tell to carry on up the inside at turn 2 to retake 7th place.
Oh my God, Craig. What's going on?
Yeah, great respectful racing between Waving-Tell and Tom. It's aggressive, but it's respectful as well, and it is absolutely brilliant to watch. And I certainly hope that everyone's joined us for tonight's race is enjoying it as much as we are commentating on it.
Oh my God, here we go, here we go. Come on. Wilson Knightlyhood of Sir Spud. Will he try and get Meg Lugby on the DRS straight, Craig?
Yeah,
yes
it's all going to come down to who gets a better exit, Mark. Sir Spud definitely with the Mercedes power has a greater straight line speed, has to lift off. He gets caught up in the dirty air just because he's so close to McLaren. He really needed to lift off there, allowing the nose of the car to just come round and then put the power down once he's got the force in there straightened up. But he really compromised his own turn exit, just getting caught up in that dirty air and a little bit eager on the power. So Sir Spud will certainly remember that for lap 16 of 28 at turn 13.
Yeah, now Sir Spud's just dropping off a little bit now and trying regain that position back to where he was. Hopefully he'll get that back in. Show's retired from the session. So looking at it, it's a Spud is still closing on Meg Lugby on fifth place now. This is absolutely fantastic racing. And I'm losing my breath here. Because so Spud got the gap down to 0.5 of a second, but certainly this is where the McLaren starts to being mighty around these long sweeping turns, these left-right turns. The force in there a little bit understeery, might struggle to actually get round, but again, with Sir Spud being on the medium tyres, he won't have as much grip to the McLaren ahead on the soft, but Sir Spud's mediums are certainly very much younger than the softs of McLugby's softs. So Sir Spud just needs to get the car round turn 13, wait till the car straighten up and then blast on that right pedal, putting down maximum acceleration, waiting for DRS, possibly making a move into turn 14. He's catching Meg Lugby at an extraordinary rate, but he just will not get close enough. Into turn 14, he just needs to allow the car to slow down, trying to maximise the exit of turn 14, allows the car to drift wide at turn 15, trying to get the best exit out of turn 14 and 15 towards turn 16, and he's closer than he has been for a while to Meg Lugby as we start that run down towards turn 1. Here we go, will we see Meg's going wide?
Yeah, Meg Lugby is starting to struggle with tyre degradation on the soft tyres. He pitted very early on the race. I think those tyres are probably about 10 or 12 laps old, whereas Sir Spud came in the last few laps there. So Sir Spud trying to line up Meg Lugby in the McLaren, possibly at turn 6. Will we see a dive up the inside? We don't. So Sir Spud taking a conservative approach. He's going to wait to the exit of turn 13 in DRS zone 2.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying everything he can, Craig. He's doing everything he can. But you'll be thinking, what do I need to do? Oh my God.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to lose too much time behind McLugpy. McLugpy will need to pit again, but the longer he's stuck behind McLugpy, the more time he's going to lose out to MJ Coop and Nick Thompson, who are also on the one-stop strategy on medium tyres. So Sir Spud really needs to get this move done and get underway to try and chase down MJ Coop, who's 5.3 seconds ahead.
Here we go. Oh my God!
Yeah, McLugpy parks the car in the middle of the track, forcing Sir Spud to try and go round the outside. It's all about who can turn the car into turn 14. Sir Spud gets that turned in perfectly and should start opening up the gap to McLugpy. We might see McLugpy coming into the pits now that he's been overtaken by Sir Spud. And McLugpy does, so McLugpy feels his softs have been taken as far as he can. And it's all down to Sir Spud to see how quickly he can close down MJ Coop, hunting down that final podium spot.
Yeah, definitely. But Giuseppe did get past Tom for 6th place after new fresh tyres of the soft tyre.
Yeah, I think but the thing is as well, Mark, Giuseppe will lose that position to Tom when Giuseppe comes in for his second pit stop of the race.
Yeah. No, he's pitted. He's pitted already. I think that's his second pit stop.
You're absolutely right, Mark. Apologies. I think it's me that's suffering with this heat.
I tell you what, Craig, shall I get you some more Iron Brews afterwards? We'll be having a drink afterwards.
I would really appreciate it. But we might see the first three-way battle of the race, Mark, with Wave Intel, Giuseppe and Tom 444 currently battling for 5th, 6th and 7th.
I was going to say, there's no 444 in the position-wise. There's 5, 6, 7 on there as well, Craig, on that one. But we have to wait and see how it goes.
Well, Giuseppe's trying to close down within DRS range of Wave Intel. Both cars on the soft tyre, with Tom just dropping off slightly due to quite a poor exit out of turn 13. He's actually dropped 2 seconds behind Giuseppe in the Toro Rosso with the soft tyres.
Definitely, Craig. Only Giuseppe and McLugpy have only done the 2-stop. Everyone else is still on 1-stop. So, as things stand, Wave is going to be the only one who will have to pit again, unfortunately, unless he keeps his soft tyre to the end. But Giuseppe's closing in like a madman here.
Yeah, Giuseppe all over the back of the Haas of Wave Intel. We might see a dive up towards turn 6, but no, Wave Intel too far ahead for Giuseppe to put any pressure on the Haas of Wave Intel as we come round towards that long sweeping turn 7. Absolutely fantastic in qualifying, going flat out, having to lift off slightly in the race, and you can actually see the Toro Rosso struggling with the dirty air coming off the Haas as we come round that double left-hander. Giuseppe again just gets caught out with the dirty air, runs slightly off track up towards turn 11, hoping to get another opportunity into turn 14 with the DRS assistance.
Here we go. I'm not seeing. Here we go. Come on. Oh!
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a lag spike there. And
oh no!
I'm not sure what's happening there, but Giuseppe was really struggling to close down the Haas, and it looks as if we're getting a little lag spike. And I think Giuseppe possibly reacted to try and brake to possibly avoid a connection. I think it's actually a desync.
Yeah, Giuseppe is the one is the damaged one at the minute with the desync at the moment, Craig. So we don't know where he is actually on track.
Yeah, at the moment he's currently 6/10 behind Wave Intel, showed by telemetry. So possibly maybe having to review Giuseppe's race after this after the race, as Tom 44 maintains that 2.5 second gap behind. But Wave Intel possibly looking to take these tyres to the end of the race, and that's certainly going to be a difficult task. because you really struggle with the front left tyre degradation.
Yeah. Would you have gambled for that though, Craig, or would you have gone for the safest option where
I
everyone's gone for the medium?
think it's too much of a gamble in China. Certainly that front left tyre takes an absolute battering. And McLugpy goes deep at turn 8. So, yeah, I think the tyre degradation is far too high to risk the super soft strategy unless you did not qualify in the race.
Oh my god, here we go. Giuseppe's closing in, Craig. Oh my god.
Yeah, just can't get that move done on Wave and Tail on the run down towards turn 14. But MJ Coupe putting Nick Thompson under some pressure for the battle for second place.
Yeah, while you're watching that, Craig, I'm going back to Meg Lugby and Vasconi for 9th and 10th respectively. At this rate, everyone guarantees points as long as they don't DNF. Meg Lugby's gone wide! No, this compromise now. Obvious opportunity to try and get past Vasconi now, but I'm going to go back to MJ Coupe.
MJ Coupe still stuck in behind Nick Thompson, the gap holding at 0.5 of a second.
Oh, what a move from Giuseppe! But the Flying Scotsman waving tail holding on for 5th. Oh, side by side at the S's. Oh my god!
Yeah, great action there, going wheel to wheel round turn 7. So fantastic driving from both Giuseppe and Wave and Tail there as MJ Coupe continues to try and close down Nick Thompson. Oh, and he's really struggling with understeering the Haas at turn 13. That opens up the gap to 1.1 seconds off the Toro Rosso of Nick Thompson. So dirty air really affecting the Haas at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, Craig. Absolutely right there. Oh my god, Meg! Oh my god. What's happened there, Craig? Meg Lugby saw the gap and clipped into Vasconi. No damage, or no car's damage or something, but he lost control of the car and now he's a little bit drifted off again.
Yeah, and MJ Coupe beginning to close down Nick Thompson as we come round turn 2 and 3. The gap holding at 0.7 of a second. It looks as if MJ Coupe manages to close down Nick Thompson coming around sector 1, but through sector 2 and 3 he really struggles to hold on to the rear of that Toro Rosso.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling at the minute, but Waving Tail was trying to close in on Giuseppe, but now he's drifting back again. And we're going to go back to Meg. Meg's closing in on Vasconi. Oh, the gap! Oh my god. The gap's there.
Yeah, and as that's continuing, MJ Coupe holding station 0.5 of a second behind Nick Thompson as we approach that hard braking point of turn 11. MJ Coupe within touching distance of Nick Thompson's Toro Rosso. It's all going to come down to turn exit at 13. MJ Coupe starting to run wide with understeer, but he's got a good enough exit and he's got a run on the Toro Rosso of Nick Thompson as we approach turn 14. DRS open. Nick Thompson stays on the racing line, allowing MJ Coupe to come down the inside, but he will have the narrower angle into turn 14. Nick Thompson trying for the switchback, but too far behind MJ Coupe, and MJ Coupe moves up to P2.
I didn't realise there was 2 MJ Coupes in this race, Craig. MJ Coupe
sorry.
And MJ Coupe.
MJ Coupe overtakes MJ Coupe. Yep, that's a new one.
You know what, Craig? If I ever met you, I'll buy you a crate of them Maya brews. You are a legend on
it's been a long day.
Don't worry, mate. Same. We hope you enjoy the commentary, guys. Make sure you comment, and follow as well if you're on Twitch. We've got 7 laps remaining at the Chinese Grand Prix. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, and with 6 laps remaining, it is possible that we've now lost the slipstream, which is crucial for this battle between Nick Thompson and MJ Coupe. Nick Thompson just dropping off slightly to the Haas ahead the gap, holding at 9/10 of a second to 1.1 seconds behind. But Nick Thompson looking to get a good exit out of turn 13, sliding slightly as he's coming up the hill. A little bit of oversteer there, and he's trying to keep close to the apex at turn 13 so he can actually get on the power as early as possible. And was he within DRS range? I think he was just outside it, Malk, as he began that run down towards turn 14. So yeah, he's going to have to try and close down MJ Coupe, hoping that he gets a DRS on the exit of turn 16 on that run down towards turn 1.
Here we go. Will he have it? Yes, he's got DRS, Craig. He has got DRS. But will he try and close in?
Yeah, he could use DRS just to rein MJ Coupe in slightly, trying to set him up for a move into turn 14 on the next chance he's in the second DRS one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're near the end of the race, Craig. Who's been your driver so far?
Just looking at the gap that SJD's got now on MJ Coupe, being 11.5 seconds, I certainly think that he's in contention for driver of the day. He's actually controlled this race start from finish, qualified in second place, and saw that Nitrogas was running wide at turn 1, seized the opportunity and really just pushed on from there. So certainly he's a contender for driver of the day. But the pressure was certainly on Nick Thompson to get a good result this evening with the Bigster missing the race, and he's put himself in a strong chance, and it's vital for the championship battle between himself and the Bigster going into the mid-season break. So Nick Thompson should lead the championship as we return from the break. Again, another contender for driver of the day, as well as Spud, who didn't really have that great a qualifying session, but he finds himself up in 4th place at the moment.
Yeah, he's, don't get me wrong, I would have followed you anyway, Craig, of SJD, producing that massive gap at China as well, and keeping it consistent as well. Fair play to him. He'll be like one of my driver of the days, as well as Nick and Spud as well, because those two have been absolutely fantastic. MJ Coupe, as long as he doesn't have any penalties galore, because I don't want to say this.
And he is a driver known to accumulate the odd penalty or 3. So it's going to be vital for MJ Coupe if he wants to hold on to second place that he does not have that many penalties. Certainly not any more than Nick Thompson, who is 1.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, but it'll be very interesting to see how these guys can capitalise. It looks like Craig, I know it's calling the shots here at lap 24, but I think this is what we're going to see as the final standing tonight, I think. Yeah,
it looks as if the gap is beginning to open up to the grid. The closest battle that we do have at the moment is a battle for second place between MJ Coupe and Nick Thompson. As we said earlier, that could come down to penalties, or it could come down to a driver error. But it looks as if MJ Coupe is in control of this race at the moment after that overtake of Nick Thompson down into turn 14. The gap opening up now to 1.8 seconds. So MJ Coupe in clear air, beginning to open up the gap to Nick Thompson in 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing a cracking job, MJ Coupe, to try and get that big gap. I mean, I can't remember any penalties tonight, Craig. I don't know if you can remember any penalties.
Did see a few, but certainly we'll wait to the end of the race and we'll actually see what the final classifications are. But I think in terms of it being round 6, the final race before we go into the mid-season break, I think it is absolutely crucial to finish the first half of the season on a high. Certainly SJD and MJ Coupe, Nick Thompson as well, will certainly be going into the second half of the season in some good form, and Nick Thompson will be feeling very, very pleased with himself and his performance tonight, securing not only the podium, or so far the podium, but also the championship lead.
Definitely, it'll be like what do you call it? He'll have a grin on his face to say, right, I've got a slight chance of getting top of the league at the minute, obviously because of incidents galore and stuff, and plus with the battles going on, and obviously the people who've not attended tonight. This is a massive opportunity, and he's taken it with ease.
Absolutely, he's grabbed this opportunity with both hands, and I think that's maybe why we saw him not battling too hard between himself and Nick Thompson. He knows he's got a strong chance for a podium finish. Why risk third for fighting for second? So Nick Thompson probably playing the long game at this stage in the season, and certainly when we return for the Canadian Grand Prix in round 7, we approach the business end of the season, and that's where drivers might take a few more risks than normal, but certainly any mistake is absolutely catastrophic, as well as any risk that comes off is absolutely fantastic. So I think we're seeing Nick Thompson playing the long game. So although good racecraft on track, he's certainly aware of the other races that remain in this 12-round season.
I know we probably say it as if we're saying it for one person, but in your personal opinion, Craig, do you think Nick will get the title? I know it's early days, but we've got some good drivers, don't get me wrong, but do you think he'll have a good chance of winning the title, or do you think there's another couple of contenders at the minute? Because at the minute it's Bookster as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's certainly putting himself in the driving seat. He will be leading the championship, but let's not discount McLugpy. Although McLugpy has had quite a tough race tonight, he's down in 9th. He's certainly not a driver to discount in terms of the championship bid. Or is Jake Warrior currently sitting on 24 points, who was unable to race tonight. So I think the 4 main contenders, I think it probably really comes down to 3, are the Bookster, Nick Thompson and McLugpy. And I think you might see those 3 drivers open up the gap between themselves and the contenders round about them.
Okay. That just on that. Oh, Tom's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He'll drop down to 8 if he can under. Yeah,
if Notorious can start to close down that gap, he'll certainly drop down to 8th, unless Notorious has penalties himself. So we're now on the penultimate lap of the 28-lap race. SGD controlling things from start to finish. Locks up slightly as we go into turn 11 up the hill towards turn 12 and into that long sweeping right-hander that is turn 13. So yeah, SGD really controlling this race from start to finish, Malk, with MJ Coop, Nick Thompson having a little battle, but they should bring the cars home to secure 2nd and 3rd place. Sir Spud might feel, not too far out it yet. He's almost within 3 seconds. So again, that could come down to penalties as well. So we will wait for the checkered flag to come down on lap 28, and we will see the final classifications on the race. But certainly, SJD, MJ Coop and Nick Thompson looking very secure for securing the podium finishes.
Yeah, they've been absolutely strong, and SJD has been absolutely immense tonight.
Yeah, although he didn't secure pole, Malk, it was an absolutely perfect drive.
Yeah, what can you do? What can you do on that? He's done his job. He's driven a perfect race where nothing could happen. But obviously, I need to see some of the incidents and stuff from the first lap and stuff again. But looking at it, SJD just said, right, I want to try and get my race done as quickly as possible, and he's done it with ease, and he's trying to be as quick as possible, and he's coming up to the first DRS straight now, onto the last ever lap of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah, and he'll just need to bring the car home safely for that final lap of the 28 lap race. So SGD certainly developing as well, moving up to the F2 league, and tonight's race victory will certainly give them the confidence to continue that in tomorrow's F2 league race in China as well. So SGD will come out of turn 16. The Red Bull mechanics will be on the pit wall, absolutely ecstatic, and SGD takes the race victory in China. MG Coupe just coming up towards turn 16, bringing that Haas round very gingerly, making sure that it doesn't accumulate any more warnings or any more penalties. Takes second, with it Thompson taking third, so MG Coupe able to reduce the penalties enough to secure that second step on the podium. Giuseppe coming round will take fifth. We've Intel, after a great battle halfway through the race with Giuseppe, should take sixth, with Tom 444 coming round taking 7th. Notorious starting at the back of the grid on 11th place will take 8th. Actually loses out to McLugby after penalties were applied, drops down to 9th. So we will wait for the final classifications of tonight's Performance League Chinese Grand Prix. And we will wait for the top 3 drivers, SJD, MJ Coupe and Nick Thompson, to come out from the cool down room onto the podium as SJD takes the race win for himself and for Red Bull, and will celebrate in exemplary fashion for tonight's victory.
Right, I'm just going to invite the guys in now.
So as we wait for the drivers to celebrate and Mark to arrange the post-race interviews, we will just go over the final classifications for the race. So SGD does take the victory for Red Bull Racing. MJ Coupe finishes second, Nick Thompson third, Sir Spud takes fourth after starting 7th on the grid. Giuseppe drops down to 5th after starting third. Wave Intel 6th, Tom 444 secures 7th. McLugby in the McLaren takes 8th, Fascoen will take 9th, Notorious takes the final championship points, with Sheo retiring earlier in the session, with Nitrogash being the only terminal damaged car. So we will await the top 3 drivers to join us in the commentary booth for the post-race interviews. If I can ask all that's joined to check their party settings first to allow your voices to be shared, and once we're joined by all 3 drivers we will continue with the post-race interviews. So we have been joined by race winner SJD. Congratulations for tonight's race victory. You are the Chinese Grand Prix driver of the day as well as the race victor. Can you share how you're feeling right now taking tonight's race victory?
Obviously pleased with the result, but it was a bit of a boring race, to be honest. There wasn't too much going on. Had a good start and managed to get past Notorious, I think it was, off the line. I think he ran wide at turn 1. After that it was just looking after the tyres really, and had a bit of a worry when Giuseppe went into the pit, so I had to cover him off. Managed to keep him behind while he was still on super softs, and yeah, just tyre management really.
So we are aware that this is the final race before we take the mid-season break. Obviously you will have the F2 race in mid-season doing Singapore, but you do have that week's break for the Performance League. How are you going to be spending your time? Will you be giving you more time to focus on the F2 grid, or will you just be taking it easy to prepare for the second half of the season?
I think, to be honest, there's a lot of quick guys on the grid, so I think just getting a lot of practice in over the week off, and hopefully catch up with them.
Okay, we move on to second place driver MJ Coupe. Just before we continue, can I ask you to check your party settings to allow your voice to be shared, and that goes for Nick Thompson as well. So MJ Coupe, I think I will share with Mark's trepidation as we're closing down in the end of the race. You're a driver notoriously known for accumulating the penalties, and I'm wondering if you were feeling a little bit anxious closing down the end of the race when you were aware that Nick Thompson was within a 3-second gap to
The
you.
Predator.
Were you aware that you had less penalties than Nick, or was there a bit of anxiety?
No. Not at all, no. I mean, I didn't even get a warning, so I was completely relaxed. I was nothing to worry about. But I didn't ask Nick because Nick's my teammate, and we didn't discuss penalties. Just we didn't want to give anything away to the other guys. So he never said he had a penalty. I'm sure he would have done because Spud was chasing down at the end.
Okay. And how do you feel after securing P2? It's been a little bit of a difficult season for you, not only in the Performance League but also F3 as well, almost not capitalising on strong qualifying pace into the race. So how do you feel tonight actually converting that into a second place finish?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Yeah, really happy. I mean, I've got to pay credit to Nick because he's my teammate, and we kind of didn't hinder each other too much in this race. There's a couple of incidents early on where I let him go, then he let me back through, so there was a little bit of team play going on. But yeah, the last move, I don't know if you caught that, guys, but that was pretty much, I mean, Nick didn't put much of a challenge up, but yeah, it was a DRS pass, so yeah, over the moon. I got second place, really happy, because I did make a couple of minor mistakes, ran off the track once or twice, so it could have been jeopardy, but yeah, I'm glad to over the moon.
Congratulations, MJ Coop. I just want to quickly wish you good luck for tomorrow's Chinese Grand Prix in the F3 League. So we come along to third place driver Nick Thompson, and as your teammate did elaborate that you didn't really fight too hard, you didn't want to compromise each other's races. But after tonight's result, we see you take the top step in the Drivers' Championship. And I'm wondering, while you were racing tonight, whether you actually had one eye on the league table as well as tonight, just trying to secure as much points as you can without really risking any or dropping down any positions, which would actually limit the gap that you've opened up between yourself and the big star.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was pretty much safety first when Booster wasn't in the race. I knew that just any points would be an advantage, and then when I managed to get a good start, it was just a matter of scoring as many points as possible. As you said, me and MJ Cooper are teammates, and I don't really do well here. This isn't one of my favourite tracks, and he clearly had more pace than me, so we were just sort of playing it safe with each other, seeing what happened.
And because we've got both teammates in, I've got to ask the question. At the moment, Nick, after tonight's race results, you've got a 6-point lead over the Boogster. Would you be asking MJ Coop to work alongside you to help you secure that Drivers' Championship against the Boogster?
Maybe. I don't really like team orders, to be honest. As long as you're just sensible with each other, I'm quite happy to just race. But I don't know, maybe when it comes to the business end of the season, I might have to send a couple of messages and see what we can do.
It's either yes or hell yes. That's the two answers I was expecting back. So that's what I was expecting back, but that is just unacceptable. Maybe unacceptable on that one. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just going to say yes or hell yes as the answer.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. So,
oh, I knew it.
So I just want to come back to SGD. This is your first season at Invictus, and I think it's actually your first season online racing. You've now had 6 races in the Performance League. Do you feel that you're getting to know the competitors and their strong points, their weak points, to help you possibly move up the table a little bit further in the 6 races that we've got remaining?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the more you race with each other, the more you get to know kind of who's quicker and who's maybe a little bit off the pace, like myself most of the time, needing the faster cars to pull out the wins. To be honest, it's just I'm just enjoying the experience of racing online and actually having to worry about making the corner when there's somebody following you. If you do it on, when you're racing offline, it doesn't matter if you take someone out. But just kind of getting used to actually racing with people has been really good. I've got to say as well, it's a very well run league from what I've seen. So credit to the admins and everything. So,
well, I'm sure that Mike's watching tonight, and I'm sure that Fast Going will certainly hear that after tonight's race.
So, mutual respect.
So going into Canada, and this is a question for all three drivers. From what I remember, Canada is a one-stop strategy. Will you be going for ultimate pace in qualifying, or will you play a more strategic approach, going for the softer tyre first, opting to go in the quicker tyre later on? I'll actually ask this to Nick Thompson, who is the championship leader at the moment.
I think personally I have to prioritise qualifying pace. Obviously being up as far up the grid as possible tends to give you the best chance of a clean race, so I don't really want to risk getting caught up in some of the early laps, any of the chaos that can happen, so I think I'll be looking to get up the grid as far as possible really.
MJ Coop, same question. Will you be going for the quicker qualifying strategy, or will you play the long game and hope to capitalise later on in the race being on the quicker tyre?
Yeah, I agree exactly with Nick. I'll go for the qualifying, and I think that's probably typified in what happened in this race, because on my first run in qualifying I did a bad lap, it wasn't quick, and then on my second run the first lap was invalidated and it was just no good, so I had to go again. But yeah, I went again, and so actually I compromised my race slightly in this one, but I was currently about 8th in the grid, so I got myself up to about 4th, so but I compromised because I did an extra lap on the tyres, which meant I was struggling at the end of my first stint. So that probably summarises today is what I'll do in the same, is that yeah, the grid positions up near the front of the grid is far more beneficial than having a little bit of a scruffy race, because I think if you get down to about 6th, 7th, 8th on the grid, you're just going to get caught up in an incident, or you're prone to get caught up in something. So it's always best to get up near the front of the grid, and then take the race after that and see where it goes from there.
Right. Thanks very much, MJ Coop. And finally, SJD, your thoughts on how you might approach qualifying the Canadian Grand Prix?
It's a long way away, but I think it depends on car selection. I think if I'm in a faster car, then obviously focus on qualifying pace and getting the position for the race. If it's something a bit slower that I don't feel like I'll be anywhere near the front, then maybe have to try something different.
Alright, thanks very much. Before we bring tonight's live stream to a close, Mark, have you got any questions for the top three drivers?
Yeah, sure. SJD first off, and then obviously MJ Coop, and then Nick as well. SJD, congratulations on your win tonight. I bet you're gonna have a champagne, have loads of beers, everything, all drinks, of all that celebration tonight. Did you expect that tonight, or did you thought it was going to be a close race tonight?
I remember to stay for the interview this time, so obviously I haven't started the champagne yet. To be honest, no. I've done a bit of practice around China over the last few days, and I didn't feel like I had any pace, to be honest. So I'm quite surprised with the win, but I'll take it.
That's fair enough. Fair dues. And like I said, I mean, I bet you're looking forward to Canada. Would you say Canada's your favourite track? Forget the car allocations, just like in general.
Yeah, Canada's probably my favourite track on the calendar, and so I'm very much looking forward to that one.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know whether that's the real, or is that like, what do you call it? Like,
Mind game.
see how it goes. Mind games, that's the one. I'm not with it tonight and stuff. So.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely one of my favourites. So, hoping to do well there.
Yeah, but fair dues. I mean, like I said, I hope you keep that run going, see if you can get a good win or get at least a podium, depending on the car allocation as well. But well done your win tonight, and keep up the good work. You've done really well tonight. So have a chillax, whatever you call it, and that's it. MJ Coop.
Yo.
Coop. I bet you cooped it by not getting any penalties tonight, and I bet I was thinking. I said in the stream to Craig, he even said it as well. I thought, will MJ Coop get a penalty on that one? But you didn't, and you fair play to you. That was one of the races where you felt like comfortable. Did you felt like you could have beaten? Do you feel like you could have won that race tonight, or do you think it was a bit too much tonight?
I think probably the pace that SJD had was probably too much, and certainly there was a couple of things going on earlier on. I mean, I made a mistake. I think Nick saw it, which is why he got back in front of me. But if I didn't make a couple of minor mistakes, then I maybe could have been close up to SJD, and who knows what would have happened. But I probably don't think it would have been able to beat him today. I think it pretty much was between me and Nick and Giuseppe, although bizarrely Giuseppe went on the slower strategy, so I think that pretty much gifted us the podium. So yeah, I think the win was out of reach today.
Fair enough. Again, same question to SJD. Do you like Canada as a track? Forget the car allocations, but just like yourself, do you like to drive around Canada, or do you not prefer it?
I'd probably say I wouldn't prefer it compared to some of the other tracks. It's one of those tracks that it's very easy to corner cut, so that's probably falling away from me already. But there's some tricky bits, and some of the circuit's quite narrow, so you're more prone to have accidents and a little bit twisty. I probably, if I had a choice, I'd prefer China all day compared to Canada. So probably not looking forward to it, but I have that in some races and end up having a good race. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, fair dues, and well done for your second place. Well done for no penalty points.
Thank you.
Tonight. So, and one day you'll get back at me for the commentary box on that one, Coop. Don't worry about that. I will expect the bounce back or bite
yeah,
back.
I'll get you.
But well done, mate. Congratulations
Cheers.
on getting second place.
Thanks. Cheers.
Nick, third place. I bet you're delighted with third place tonight.
Yeah, I would have ripped your arm off if you'd offered me that before the race. So yeah, really pleased.
I don't. I need it. I need my arm. You know what I mean? Just need it.
Yeah.
But fair dues.
Two arms in a bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair dues. No. Did you ever thought you could challenge for? I know you and MJ Coop were battling out for second and third respectively. I know your teammates, but I know you said earlier to Craig that China was not your best track. But did you ever felt that you could have gone a little bit better and try and challenge for SJD, or do you think that was just out of the ordinary? Just try and steady yourself. If you know what I mean.
No chance for me. Again, I'm not very good around this track. I struggled to keep up with Coop as it was. So yeah, third was about as good as I could have got. If I'd have been more aggressive, I could have pushed Coop, but I'm not really. I didn't feel confident enough to do that because I had quite a lot of understanding. My setup didn't feel great, so I was quite happy to just nurse it home when I see we had quite a big gap.
Fair enough. Again, last question. I always say to SJD and MJ Coop, what's your opinion of Canada? Do you prefer to drive there, or do you wish it wasn't there at all?
No, I like Canada. My first ever win was at Canada in the F2 pre-season last year, so I've got good memories there. And it's a track that I feel like I do well on, so I'm quite confident I can score more points than next week, provided the allocations are favourable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back, I'll say this for the last question now. Going back to Craig's challenge of will you ask MJ Coop to, as teammate order, can you answer yes or hell yes on that answer question earlier, please? Not we'll see or maybe or not sure or any other time. I just need to see yes or hell yes.
All right, hell yes.
We found out.
So the rest of the season is mine.
Yeah, I knew it.
In fairness, I'm not too far. I must be climbing up towards the top as well. So you never,
Yeah.
Can't be that far off the top.
There's two options. You could risk it, or you could have a biscuit after the race. That's it. So we'll have to wait and see. But I just want to say congratulations again, third, Nick. Very well driven drive for you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
SJD, MJ Coop, Nick, thank you for your time. Craig, have you got any more before we shoot off?
No, I just want to congratulate all the guys for finishing the top three. SJD for tonight's race victory, MJ Coop for securing second, and Nick Thompson for securing third and the championship lead. When we return after the 1 week break, we will be in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. Certainly a fan favourite, and I believe also a driver favourite as well, certainly with unpredictable weather that accompanies the Canadian Grand Prix as well. So hopefully you join us in 2 weeks, and we shall sign off from tonight. So it's a good night from myself, and I'll leave the final words as always with Malk.
Remember, guys, stay classy. See you later, guys. Take care of yourself.